All right, let's get this party started. Gotta get a few things set up. More things ready to go. Where did my everything sheet go? There it is. There we go. Let's get that screen up and loaded. And then let me share, make sure I post this to the Discord that I'm actually live before we get started. Today is the day. I'll let people kind of trickle in before I get started. I'll talk to y'all. Let me go into my server. All right, we should be good. Is the that appearing on the screen? No, it's not. Interesting. Anyone able to see that on the screen while I'm kind of getting things together? This is, yes, hello, hello. Oh yeah, it's appearing now. Cool. Okay. So, without further ado, we will get this started. For those of you that have no idea what's going on today I will be judging the submissions to my contest, the Atomic Cannon gameplay contest. Now, to go over the rules of what we are looking for a short layout with an Atomic Cannon style of gameplay with a minimum of 30 seconds. And there have been a lot of entries, 57 to be exact. There are 3 other judges besides myself. But if you see, I am judging things that are not related to the actual gameplay. I will be judging the song choice, the style, and the creativity. So those factors will be worth 50% of the score. So these won't be the full scores today. I know Zeronium said that he will be streaming his portion of judging later this week, as well as other judges kind of working through it as well. So for song choice, I'm looking for songs that fit an Atomic Cannon level. You get a better score with a more unique selection. Style, I'm looking for the, making sure that your layout is similar to what I would do for an Atomic Cannon level. And creativity, I'm looking for some different, unique ideas that are things I haven't actually done. Now, because I have, you know, I have VIPs that have seen a lot of gameplay for Atomic Cannon Prime. I won't be factoring Atomic Cannon Prime gameplay into my decision. I'm just going to focus on using the first 3 levels as a reference. Alright. I think with that in mind, we will begin with the first entry we got, which is Olinolivia. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. Knife Mark II. Now, I think I've seen a few of these entries so far, but I haven't really given much of them all a good look. So let's do it. Okay. Glad I'll turn it down. That any better? Sorry, I didn't realize how loud that would be. Is this any better? Right here. Just let me know if that little bit was louder. I'll go over thoughts. So first, we'll look at the song. So obviously, I love. Yeah, it's Grind District. I had to remember. Okay, that's fair. Grind District's a good song. Definitely fits the old school kind of uh vibe that I like to capture for a level. I think that was a good choice. Um, Man, this being my first, kind of being the first thing is, I might have to go back and rethink some of my decisions. Um, I think this would work pretty well with the level. I'm gonna start with um mm, go back to this song. Let's look at the actual gameplay again. So take a look at this first click. That's something I like to see. Definitely an interesting way of doing it. Um, but that's something I like to see is that kind of first click, having something like a hold and then click. So try to do that, which is pretty neat. I like a lot of these cue patterns. That click looked a little weird. This section. Oh, that's a showcase orb. Oh. Never mind then. Thanks for letting me know. Well, if it were an actual click, whatever. This open part I like with the camera. Definitely something that I could see myself doing. It definitely helps with the creativity aspect. Now, obviously, that camera transition was a little interesting. This should really be 4x speed. Um, it's that's what I kind of do for the levels. So I think that probably hurts it a little bit. Also, some of the orb timings just like seem a little unnatural. God, the delay is insane. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, sorry about that. Some of the stuff with the dash orbs are pretty neat. Although, like, stuff like that is something I would probably never do in one of these levels. Now, I have mixed feelings on the dual thing because on one hand, it is unique, it is creative. I don't think this is something I would ever do, and it also doesn't really add anything to the gameplay. But does give some creativity points. Yeah, the only thing like weird about that stuff is, you know, when you go through the single or the single cube or just like go out of dual mode, um, it doesn't look like, since the other cube is off screen, it just looks like it does nothing. But overall, not a terrible Taiwan round. Am I able to mod you on this? Let me try to make sure I'm able to mod you here. There we go. The other cube flips gravity. Oh, you're right. That's interesting. Well, I'll give it some points on creativity. Um, I think the song choice is pretty good. I'm either thinking 3.5 or 4. I'm kind of on the fence about that. Um, I'll just put 3.5, 4 for now, and I'll figure out what I want to get. Stylistically, it did an all right job. Yeah, it is a little too gimmicky in a way. I think it did an all right job. I'm thinking like between a 6 and a 7, maybe more of a 6. Creativity, there was some unique choices there. But yeah, again, I'm thinking a 6 for creativity. There's nothing that really blew me away. I'm just thinking about the song. I'll come back to the song discussion. The deadline was 5 days ago. All right, let's get the next one coming in. Uh, so Meong Mark Light by Meong TheCat. Oh my, that's loud. Yeah, fine. Okay, that's a lot going on. It, none of that honestly looked like something I'd do. Okay. Well, you know, part of it, I'm not judging the decoration or like any of that, obviously. It is hard to analyze some of that stuff with the movement. And I think with the play testing or whatever that's going to happen with other judges, they'll be able to kind of sort through that. Um, let's start with the song. Uh, the song, I would never use this in Atomic Cannon level, like at all. Um, I'm like maybe I'll have to re-listen to it. Stylistically, I don't think this did a really good job of hitting the style at all. I think the UFO did a pretty, or I think the cube has some elements that could be. There's also some aspects of the UFO. so I think I'll just give it a 5, maybe I'll give it a 4.5. Creativity, I mean, it's a very creative layout. It's just not, really a Atomic Cannon. I'm thinking, you know, with, there's a lot of unique orb clicks. We got some teleportation stuff at play. I think I'll give it a 7 for creativity, maybe 7.5. Um, hmm, I'll give it a 7.5. There creative stuff happening there. As for the song, yeah, I'm just gonna give it I'm gonna give it a 1.5 because I see how it, like, it was a risk. I just never, you know, do something. Let me go back. I think, all right, cool. I went back and gave the Grind District. I think I have it as a 3.5 per song. I might bump it to a 4. I'm unsure yet. All right, now we've got Kiseki, I guess. Is how you pronounce that. All right, so we get off the bat, Theory of Everything 2, which is a pretty solid pick for a song. Um, issue being DJ Nate is an artist that I've used for an Atomic Cannon level, which immediately deducts up at least 1 point in terms of song, because I think that's just kind of deep. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay. That was pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. Um, I think uh I think for song I'm gonna give this a 3.5 as well. It's a pretty what did I just do over here? I'm gonna give it a 3.5 as well. It uses DJ Nate, which is, not really give you much on the originality in terms of the song pick, and it's a pretty good song, but there's elements of it that I don't think I would usually use for it. Stylistically, I think this did a very good job. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Stylistically, maybe even an yeah, 7.5 stylistically. There are some parts, you know, particularly once you hit this ball part, you know, it got a little shaky. Um, and some of the speed changes, like right there, that's something I would never do in something like this. I don't like having a lot of speed changes in my level. So I think 7.5 is fair. Creativity, there wasn't a whole lot of creative stuff. I think having the inclusion of this robot part is probably the strongest thing about it. And then there's some creative stuff in this ball part. I feel pretty comfortable giving this a 7 for creativity, which I'm not really taking many risks right now in terms of scoring, but that's okay. Um, all right. Now we've got one of 3 entries by Hawk 7. Thunderbolt Cannon. Let's see it. Why are we? Okay. So there's some interesting parts with this. It is a very mixed one. I'll start off with this wave on its own is like perfect. Did an incredible job with that part. I will then go on to say that this part is not something I would do at all. Like this part, if you cut this part out, you probably would have scored very highly in terms of a stylistically. I think Killbot's a really good pick first, or the song. I don't even is that what it's called? I don't even know. It doesn't say. Whatever. Um, that's how little I know. Um, let's give it. I'm gonna give Killbot a 3.5 as well. I've given that out a lot, but it's just kind of how I feel about it. Because I don't like it's a good pick. I just don't feel like I would actually like if I'm giving something like a 4 and above, it's got to be something that I think I'd actually. Well, a 5 is something I definitely use. 4.5 is something close to what I'd use, and or a 4 as well. Actually, I'll give it a 4. You know what? I'll give it a 4. I think it was a good. It was a risk. It was a good pick. Stylistically, there's some really good parts to this. Yeah, it's a tough. So that's not what I'm scoring. I'm not scoring the actual gameplay. I am just doing right now song style and creativity. Difficulty, sync, and enjoyment are all things that will be taken in effect by the other judges because I'm not qualified enough to do those. Stylistically, I'm feeling like an 8 right now. I think there's some like this could have been a lot higher. If it weren't for a few specific parts in here. And creativity, I think I'm trying to, that this part was a risk, that one at the end. I think there's a lot of interesting clicks that go on here. I think I will. Switching to the ball for that part is interesting too. I think, I don't know, I'm gonna go 7.5. There's not too much that like stands out and strikes me as, oh, this is super creative. It does a lot of things really right though. That's kind of the tough part. Um, let's move on to the next one. Right now, that is our front runner. in terms of my scoring. Okay. Diatomic Ion Launcher VA2. Interesting here. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I like that. Obviously the first thing we gotta factor in is the song, and it was, another a Paragon song. So, but it's really good. Um, I think I'm giving that one a 4 as well in terms of song. I can't give it a 5 because it's, same artist type of thing. This ballpark's incredible. The UFO does a lot of things right. You get some creativity with the dual UFO. There's something super satisfying about that. It's a little creative with that. Again, stylistically, I wouldn't do as many changes like that. Like this part. Okay. So I think stylistically, this does a really solid job. I think there are a few things that, I feel questionable about, particularly like with some of these, or not this, like the quick changing there and all these portals with the speed. I think some of that is questionable. But other than that, and aside from like a few other choices, I'm gonna give that one an 8.5 stylistically. And it also does a lot of interesting things creatively, where I'm gonna give that one, like give it an 8 in terms of creative, which makes this now the front runner for right now. Um, yeah, I think we'll go with that. But of course, this is only just part of the scores. All right, let's see. Amigami Cannon. Okay. Okay. That part's pretty good. Ooh, okay. Hey, interesting. So this was a pretty solid attempt, I feel like. Um, I could see where you're going with some of this song. This isn't a song I'd really use, but it's a pretty decent pick, all things considered. I'm gonna give it a 3 for song. This stylistically, it does a pretty good job as well. Um, there's a few clicks like that one's a little interesting. Yeah, the someone mentioned in chat, the ball free mode is interesting. But in terms of the swing copter, I think it's pretty. If I were to do something for this, it seems like I would do something similar. And so I think, it was a risk with the swing copter, but I think it was pretty solid. I'm feeling like a 7 in terms of style. I'm feeling like I think I'm also feeling a 7 for creativity. So pretty solid entry. Um, I'm just kind of just going off of vibes. It's nothing, you know. All right, Remy, Atomic Cannon Mark Rem. Let's see. Okay, I have a feeling I'm gonna get this song so much. Like, actually. Um, this song, I think I've heard in a few entries. This song is a very good song, and is definitely a song that I would probably use. So we'll see how high I give it in terms of a song. That was pretty good. I think I just have to give this song. Um, I'm debating between a 4.5 and a 5. I think I'll give it a 4.5. The only reason I wouldn't give it a 5 is because that the drop doesn't have as many clicks to it. Stylistically, this does a really good job though. Well, actually, yeah, I'm trying to think. I like this ball. This spider part's really good too. There's some interesting things about this ball part that I feel like I would do differently if I made it, but it's also good. I think stylistically this does a really good job too. I'm gonna give it a 8. And in terms of creativity, there wasn't a whole lot of creative things in there. I mean, the big thing that helps this is the spider part. I mean, I think is pretty good. Um, and this ball part, I think the way I like kind of the flow of it. Um, so I'm gonna give that a. I'm gonna give it a 7 because there's not enough for me, but that's still a very, very good entry. I think that is, yeah, I feel comfortable with that. All right, what's next? Cosmic Cannonade by Bar Games. Um, Thank you so much, Mona. That's really nice of you. Thanks for hosting the contest. Got me to create it. That's what I'm like really happy with in terms of this concept, that it really got people, involved with, either building or making levels that are kind of more like, you know, traditional in nature, and get people back. And oh wow, that was a huge delay. Um, Good to know that's kind of the delay we're working with. Um, but I'm glad it got a lot, a lot of people into that trend and got people motivated to do stuff like that. So thank you. I appreciate it. Um, Back to this. That was interesting. I like that ending a little bit. Um, so I think it goes without saying. I think some other people said it, that this is definitely a 5 out of 5 song. A little bit of a cheat code because I did make a layout with it at one point. Um, but that's what I'm talking about in terms of like this compared to the song prior, Crowd Control or whatever. The drop had a lot more clicks and it was very good. Um, there are a few things here that I think stylistically it does a pretty good job. There are some things uh, that I probably would have done differently. Was that beat change? I can't tell. Uh, so like if I were to do it, obviously I wouldn't like change it to mini right here. Also, a lot of times, um, you did this a lot where it's the free mode ball. I don't think I would do that. It was it's a creative risk for sure. But it kind of like tilts one way. Takes some points from style, adds it a little to creativity. But this song definitely can work. And yeah, switching back to a cube there is like, I think stylistically you did a pretty solid job. So I'm gonna give you a 7. There's a, well, actually, mm, let me keep watching. This wave's very good. I think maybe a 7.5 for that. And I'm also gonna give you a 7. Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling like a 7.5 and a 7. I don't know which way I want to flip it though. Is kind of where I'm leaning towards. I think it was, yeah, I think I'll give 7 creatively, 7.5 style. Again, that puts you, one of the tied for second in terms of the day. There's a three-way tie for second right now. Not that I'm like meta collecting things for this. Um, so all right. No, just because you just donated doesn't mean I'm gonna give you, you know, any bonus. But all right, let's see what you had to submit. I have not seen this. Okay, yeah, so that's a pretty good entry. What song is this again? I'm like completely like I'm completely blanking. I forgot what exactly it is. If you could remind me in the chat, that would probably help. Um, but in terms of stylistically, this does a pretty good job. It show you that's right. It's by that one artist. Yeah, Nemesis. Yeah, Nemesis Theory. Okay, I that's a really good pick. Um, Probably 4.5 or 5. Um, Honestly, 4.5 or 5 on song pick for sure. Um, I'm gonna give it a 4.5, I think. 4.5. I think 4.5 is fair. Um, Stylistically, you did a really good job. Obviously, there's a lot of clicks. There's some clicks though that at some points are a little questionable in terms of if I'd actually do them or not. But I mean, you nailed the style. But the issue is you didn't really do a whole lot creatively. I'm giving so you get 8 for style. Yeah, there's not just not a lot of creativity here. Um, it follows kind of the same format as the first Atomic Cannon. There's just not a whole lot. It doesn't bring a whole lot new to the table. So I'm gonna give it a 5, I think. Um, which is I think my lowest creativity score of the day. Um, I mean, you did a good job. You nailed the style. There's a few clicks here and there that I feel like, you know, like the one I'm paused at, like I don't think I would do such a thing. Um, and there's just some, but you did an incredible job. I'm trying to, stylistically, I'm like between a 8 and 8.5. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep it at an 8 and just go from there. All right, let's keep moving along. We've got long ways to go. Proton Launcher, Tyson GD. Okay, that's loud. I think it syncs. That's interesting. That was a really good entry. Song is a 5. Wonder of Thought is such a good song. That's the song name, right? Like we haven't heard. I'm trying to remember. Um, but yeah, that's the right song. Um, this got decorated. I have not seen the decor. Well, have I? Did I see it? Oh, I did see it. Yeah, that's right. I did see this. That's right. Did I ever comment on this? No, I didn't. That's great. I will. Where is it? Whatever. Oh, you're right. Okay. On the other one. Sorry, I've been on vacation mode. But anyways, this is a great layout. Stylistically it nails a lot. I think I would have liked for this entry cube to be a little faster. Let's be oh. Yeah, this nails so much stylistically. I have no reason to like that transition as much as I do. That's awesome. And this ending is interesting. So there isn't so stylistically, this was one of the best ones we've seen so far. I think I'm giving this an 8.5, which makes it tied for, the best stylistically for the day. In terms of creativity though, there isn't a whole lot there besides, there's some cool click patterns. There's that, you know, that one transition. There's this ending, but other than that, it pretty much follows the formula pretty well. I'm like between a 7 and a 7.5 on this. Um, I think I'm leaning more of a 7, just because, there's not really any other game modes. It's just a few other, like the difference between what Schmo had and what this had is, there's just like some of those click patterns are more unique, and there's a lot of there's some other creative choices. So I'm feeling a 7, which makes this tied for the best entry of the day so far. Um, that's the wrong tab. Next up, we have another entry, IOC 7. Let's see here. Okay. Um, that's interesting. Even a duel. Okay, this is this is interesting. Um, so this song is an incredible song. Um, this is all. Oh, hi, Josh. Um, I should probably mod you. Let me take care of that real quick. My internet cut. My internet cut out. Sorry if that happened. Let's see. Are we back? Well, I'm just gonna wait and see. We are back. Okay. Um, this is a good entry. There's just a lot of things going on here I've got to keep into consideration when giving this a score. That's kind of, what happens when you submit such a long entry. Um, First of all, let's start with the song. As I was saying, this is a great song. I was about um hopefully that really sorry about that. I'm trying here. I don't know what's happening with it. I guess it doesn't want me to judge this properly. Um, I'm between a 4.5 and 5 on the song. Uh, Mainly because of what is it? Oh, okay. Am I crazy? Or am I crazy, or is that a cut like between this part and the next part? That's where I don't remember it always being that after that part. Okay, I definitely. All right, I'm right. So I think that's gonna dock it down to a 4.5. No, I had to remember because it does a really good job in terms of using the cut. But personally, I would not have done that. Um, it does feel like, and also in terms of style, it's creative. It is a creative choice. That's for sure. Um, but definitely feels like they, for this one at least, picked a song that was good and also but manipulated the song to fit this instead of using the song and building around it. If that makes sense. Yeah, these waves are insane. Um, this is pretty good style. I'm just gonna give it honestly 8 stylistically, 8 creatively. Um, I think. It kind of nails the style. It does a lot creatively. Um, I which I guess this scores it better than his first entry, just due to the creative aspect of it. Although there is that dual part that let me go back to the, is it here? Yeah, there is this as well. So I think I've gotta drop it. 7.5. It's creative, but would I ever do this in one of the first 3 Atomic Cannon levels? I guess it means I do have, it doesn't really matter. I'll bump it to an 8.5 creatively because it does things that no other entry's done so far. But I'll dock it a half a point as well in terms of style. It doesn't change the score at all, but just like it just now we've got a little 3-way tie going on. This is which is fine. That's why this is only half of the entries. Oh, for sure. Wait, we got Blueberry. That's interesting. This is pretty good. Now this opening's interesting for sure. Um, I think I give this song. I think I can give this song a 5 pretty comfortably. Again, another great song. Water Flame I haven't used for a level, right? This is wait, yeah. Sorry, it's been a long day. Um, stylistically, this does a great job too. Um, there's some nuanced things. I think I can easily give this an 8.5. I don't think it's a like it pushes it to a 9, but there's some parts of this that are like this UFO part, absolutely incredible. That is a 10, I think. Yeah, the only thing that really docks points for me in terms of this is that little introduction. Stylistically this is good, but that feels a little less out of like it doesn't flow with the song as well as I'd like it to in terms of stylistically, if that makes any sense. Um, creativity though, there is not a whole lot going for this in terms of creativity, except for really this that you know. I mean, this UFO is pretty nice. There's some stuff in here that are pretty nice too. I'm feeling a I'm between a 7 and a 7.5. I think I'm leaning more towards a 7. So current, yeah, I think I'm feeling a 7. We have a four-way tie right now for first, which is insane. Um, yeah, we're just gonna roll with that for now. Reconnecting. Oh, there. Yeah. Reconnecting. Oh, there. Yeah. Internet. This. This. Not loading. Okay. Cool. All right. So wonder of thought again. Did I give this a 5 earlier? Forgot. Because obviously it gets the same. Maybe someone in chat can remind me. Oh, I'm so sorry, people. Um, yeah, I know. I thought about that. Sorry. Um, this is frustrating, man. Thanks for letting me know, though. Um, I'll give it a second. Maybe it'll work a little bit better. Um, so aren't we back for real now? Hopefully. Um, as I was saying, the speed changes are not necessarily something I do. But that being said, I think it stylistically fits with the song fairly well. Oh, never mind. Please tell me that's a joke. I'm just gonna kind of wait. See, I don't have anything on my end that says 8 pixels. Okay. Um, okay, that's great. Let's keep watching. Oh yeah, now it's all pixely for me. So easily be. That's an incredible ball part. Cool. Okay. A quick second. Interesting. So I gave the song a 5 before. I'm gonna have to double check that, obviously. But the correct song. Just gonna mark that down just to make sure. Um, this is an incredible entry. Okay, so the audio is cutting in and out. Oh my God. Uh, stylistically, there are only two things that I see that, you know, the speed changes at the start, and then that duel, not necessarily something I would technically do, but it fits really well. I'm going to give this a 9.5 on style, and I think it does some things creatively that I like. Doesn't do as much creatively, but does some unique stuff. So I will give it an 8 creatively. So that makes this the best entry I've judged so far. The score of 22.5. Yeah, you don't stylistically, I don't change game modes often. That's kind of a big part of the Atomic Cannon style. That's just kind of how it goes. That's a pretty significant piece of the puzzle. Now, I should mention, as we're going through these, what I'm scoring today is quite literally half of your score. The other parts of the score, and I'll bring up the spreadsheet at some point. I'll make it public afterwards, after the contest, but 25 point I give, and then the other 25 points are given by the other judges. So what I'm doing today is half of your score. If that makes any sense. I think I've explained. Now we've got not Dwayne. Nuclear missile. Okay, this song speed. That was another incredible entry. This song's a 5. It's incredibly great pick. There's so much good with that. I'm momentarily over a moment. Song's a 5. This cube at the start is insane. Ball works really well with it. This robot part isn't necessarily something I do, but it works incredibly well with the song, so I like it a lot. It adds to the creative score, I should say. What am I like? Previous entry. 5, maybe a 9. I'm unsure. I'm like 9.5, maybe a 9. Yeah, no, I'm giving it a 9. I'm creatively the why similar to the last one, like that this robot's pretty creative. That little small part. I think it does enough to warrant an 8 out of 10 creatively. So this will tie a past entry for the top of the day. It's part of the song, The Office. But I don't know. It's a great song. This was a very, very good entry. And by someone uh, that's 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 pretty good. Good job. 20 subscribers. All right, the Wilbur Dog, Iconic Samurai. That was very good. Um, Song wise, this isn't really a song that I'd probably use. It's a great song and you did a good job with it. I'm feeling a like gut instincts of 3.5 out of 5 on the song. It's not really a 4 because I don't see myself ever using it, but it's about as close as it can get to like a high caliber. Um, Boom Kitty songs aren't really something that I would really go with for an Atomic Cannon type of level. Um, but I think you did a really good job with what you selected. So, in my opinion, stylistically, you did a lot that was really good stylistically. It is definitely not the most perfect thing, but I think for me to go back to, I might have to go back to stylistically. I will say this is probably the most creative entry I've seen all day. Um, I think I can give this comfortably a I think my gut reaction creatively, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I think this is a there, I think it, maybe could do a little bit more, but for what you've done with my style, you did a very good job of making it creative. Now, that does take away a little bit from the style because, as you make creative choices, it does take away a little bit from style. But you didn't take away as much as you would have, you might have imagined. So I'm feeling it of 10 stylistically. You know, obviously there's some things I just probably wouldn't have done as much. Um, but that gives you a score of 21, which basically, it puts you very high up there. 21 out of 25 is very, very good. Did the internet cut again? I mean, I don't see anything on my end. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be figuring out. everything seems fine for me right now. We got some pretty good entries so far. We're on a bit of a hot streak. I'm not gonna lie. You all did a really good job. I mean, I think the song is kind of, you pick a song that's light, like you're very close to being. That could have been a very good layout over. So I'd be proud of what you submitted. Let's see. Subway Cannon Showcase. Um, we're gonna just ignore this thumbnail. And when it decides to load is when. What on earth? This song. Ooh. Interesting. That this is definitely an entry. Definitely an entry. Um, what? How do I even score this? I think I have to start with stylistically, and just let's not talk about the song right now. Let's not talk. Yeah, I think that's a great way to work. This is better than it has any right to be. Um, stylistically, you nailed this. Um, I think, you have this duel. That's definitely entry. It's definitely something I probably wouldn't do, but it works really well. I've also never done something like this. It works. Um, other than those two little parts, there really isn't a whole lot. Um, so stylistically, I'm between a 9 and a 9.5, if I'm being so honest. Um, I think I'm going to go 9.5 because you did so much that was very well. Um, let's just watch some more of this. Yeah, you nailed the style very well. I think you do enough creatively to give you a pretty high score. No, I do not judge structuring. I think you do enough creatively to give it a pretty decent score. I'm going to give it an 8.5 for creatively. You did a pretty good job. Now, the elephant in the room, the song. Elephant in the room, the song. Let's get this extremely clear. There is no way in hell I would ever use a song like this for an Atomic Cannon level. Obviously. That being said, it is fun. It is a creative risk for sure. That in mind, there is no chance in hell I can give it like anything high. Um, this is a tough one. It is a very uh, I think the highest I think I will give it a 3. A 3 is about the highest I can comfortably give this because I would not use this song. However, it is so different from everything else that's been submitted, and it is such a risk, and it worked so much better than it should have. And you clearly had a vision that, you know, a lot of people didn't necessarily have. It is a 3 is about as good as I can give without feeling like some sort of. So that puts you at about tied for second. So that is a score of 21. That was I will say this was a very, very, very good entry. Um, I'm on a private session right now. I'm not signed in. Oh, you can't see that. Can I scroll down? No. But yeah, you can see like all of my yeah. I'm not even subscribed. See it or signed in, I should say. Um, at least on this browser, because so we've got it right now a tie for first, a tie for second right now. When I saw Subway Cannon, I did not think that this would be scoring as high as I thought it would. But genuinely, like if this were a different song that I give it a 5 to, like this would be one of the best entries. Like if the song docs, if you now, of course, you know, we've got there's other people that have to judge, you know, some of the gameplay aspects. But in terms of what I've done, top 5, I will give a rundown of the top 5 real quick. How many are we through right now? We are, so that was number 16. We've gone through 6 entries, or 16 entries. Tied for first currently, we have Infernus and Not Dwayne. Those are the two that are currently in first, or tied for first. So I guess technically tied for third would be the Wilbur dog and Kayak or Ka Kakek. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry, you'll let me know. Those would be the entries that are tied for third. And then for fifth, there is currently a four-way tie between Who, GMD Chisen, Oct7, and Blueberry. In term for just this aspect, um, I'm probably only going to go through half of these entries today and go through the other half tomorrow, just for a time thing. I'm just gonna do this for probably another 30 minutes and then just continue with the rest tomorrow. Just to, you know, not burn myself out a little bit. Next up. We're having fun though. So Atomic Weasel. No shot. This is the song that's being used. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyway, what is that? Just oh, oh my God. Okay. All right. Just casually just throwing Mad City is wrong. Okay. Um, it is definitely an entry. X did add some. All right. You know, I'll give it a 1 for the song. I'll be nice. I won't give it a 0. There's no like there. Like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, that needs structure just fine. Um, Creativity wise, it is technically a creative layout. I think creativity wise, I have to give it like I have to give it an 8.5. An 8. It's a very creative layout. I'll give it an 8.5. Stylistically, like maybe like a 7.5, maybe an 8. Uh, 7.5 or 8. Not that it really matters a whole lot. You did make an entry to Scheming Weasel. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Let's just move on. All right. Photon Blaster version 1. All right. Well, besides the fact that this is like a borderline actual level, um, this is very good. Uh, it does use a Paragon song, which means I can't give it a 5, but it is it is a good song that it used. So I give it a 4. I mean, this is all perfect. What There's nothing wrong with it, but I used an artist with Paragon for Mark 3. So it's kind of like, you know, too much of a cheat code. Like it's like, if someone used a DJ Nate song or a Paragon song, like I just can't give it anything too high because it's too easy. Um, High Zepta. Um, Not that I have anticlimactic reactions, it's just that I'm trying to think. All right. Stylistically, this does a great job. I'm feeling like a 9. Like it's um yeah, I'm feeling a 9 for that. The issue is creativity wise, it doesn't expand on a whole lot more than what we've seen kind of thus far. Uh, I think the most creative thing about it was that little thing in the cube, which honestly I wasn't a huge fan of. Um, that's kind of what docked it stylistically a bit. So I'll give it a uh, yeah. Why is this not working there? Um, I'll give it 7.5. That's a good entry. Right now, it's got you in that whole category of people that are tied for fifth. So good job. You did a good job. That's exactly what you want. If you're scoring above a 20, you're in a good spot. And we've got a lot of people that are scoring above a 20. Um, Keep on moving. All right. Well, there's this song again. Um, did I already give this song a score? Right. That's wonderful. Yeah, I did. I gave this a 4 or 5 for score, or 4.5 for song, which I think is, yeah. But you can't have your drop be a wave. That's kind of the, I mean, mind you overslept. That's all right. I'm Let me mod you real quick. It's on the chat's all lagging up. I'll let it up so I can hit that button. Going. It's going. Eventually it'll get there. Almost there. There you are. Add as moderator. Okay. Cool. Also, if you, I will say, if you stick around for the I will be gifting out a few membered uh I'm gonna gift out a few memberships to be gifted out. So if you stick around for the next 20 or so minutes, I'm gonna gift out a few memberships. So stick around by the end. Maybe you'll get a VIP. I'm gonna gift out 5 VIPs. So stick around. I just realized that I can do that. Doesn't I don't know who it'll pick, but it'll pick 5 people. Maybe Trey will finally get wish. That does mean those 5 people will get access to Atomic Cannon Prime related things. Ooh, maybe I don't give it. Maybe I just give out 3. Maybe I just give out 3. I don't know. We'll see. How are we on YouTube subscribers? How are we on YouTube subscribers? If we hit 3K, then I'll do. We're almost at 3K. We'll wait till tomorrow to give out more. Don't need it. I don't need to choose. Let's keep watching. Oh, that's it. All right. Well, that's an interesting one. Stylistically, yeah, I could just do that, Trey. Um, hmm, the cube not being in the right spot. If you flip the cube and wave around, that would have helped a lot. Um, it's still good though. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 for style and a 7.5 for creativity. There's some things there that are neat, but doesn't really do a whole lot. Uh, Bleeding. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, for whatever, why does this already have a score? Huh? My spreadsheet is broken for this one. Someone start doing things in this. Why does this say 7.5? Yeah. Yeah, suggestion. Okay, I was having a stroke. How many have you gotten through? I have gotten through 19. So I will probably try to get through a few more. I'm gonna give it like 15 more minutes though. I'm don't want to burn myself out too much. There's a lot of entries. Um, Arkham Bro. Yeah, the song is actually horrible. Um, it's a 1 for the song. Yeah, we'll do more songs. That was kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Well, there's that. I mean, um, I think stylistically uh, it tried. I think I'm going to give it a 6 for style, in creativity a 6.5. I think that's probably fair. The transition is low. How did the song play slower than Subway Surfers theme? Because that was entertaining in a unique risk. That was something that, you know, it added something to it. For this, it doesn't the song didn't fit and it doesn't really work with the level at all. And it hurts my ears. Atomic Wingshot. Yeah, another Wilbur entry. What the hell? What the hell is this? It really isn't even like an atomic canal. Let's get that straight. Okay, that's way good. Okay, let's start with the first thing on the. I'm going to give this layout the first 10 in a category for creativity. This is getting a 10 for creativity. Let's get that out of the way. I don't think there's a situation where I can't do that. I need to watch this. All right. Stylistically, the individual parts, yes, they work very well for the style. However, the overall structure of the level is definitely not something I would do. It is good though. The structuring of the level though is definitely off. And I think you know that. I don't think that's something I have to. There's no. Man, that's a tough one. Okay, the song, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. I can't give myself. I can't give it any higher. I thought, the other joke song that we looked at that I gave a 3, um, it fit better. It's just funny though. Yeah, so I'm gonna give a 7.5, I think, for style, because while there are individual parts that fit very well, like, again, that's awesome. But like the structuring of the layout as a whole is just, I think it's a lot better than Atomic Samurai. I have a decent chance of winning with this. I hate to break the news to you. It is not better than Atomic Samurai, and you will not be winning with this. Oh no, I know what this next one is. Let's get this one out of the way. Ah, this might be the one I end the stream on today. I think this might be about as fitting as a ending with that what we would have. I don't think there's another entry that I'd rather draw. Ah, so let's go back in time a little bit to the first one of the. This is the first. Okay, I guess we're gonna have an ad.
One conservative tough enough to be Missouri's governor, Mike Kehoe, is standing with law enforcement.
Okay, thank you. I guess that's the. I guess I'm getting local government ads since I'm not signed into anything. That's that's something. Um, I do not endorse whoever that was. Um, this was like the first real Atomic Cannon layout that I saw. So we're just gonna watch this. Okay, so that's where this kind of all started, I feel like. Yeah. This is kind of the first like real like layout I think I ever saw. Um, and now we have the sequel to it for the contest, which I have not really looked at. Yeah, I know this is the old one. I was just looking for content. So, all right, here's the submission. God. Ooh. Okay. Um, well, all right, let's talk about this. So let's start with the song. This is a song that I probably would not use for an Atomic Cannon level. And I'm thinking I'm going to give this a 3. And my reasoning for that is like, the clicks per second just way too like doesn't it's not very fast. Like it tries, like this layout tries for sure, but it's like I don't know. I think the best I could give it is a 3.5, but that's about as I need to like I think with this beginning I can bump it to a 3.5. That's that's about as high. I can't go any higher, honestly. I'm between a 3 and a 3.5. Not a hater. It's just, how I feel. Um, but also I did give a 3 to uh Subway Cannon and their song, but whatever. Stylistically, this does a really good job. Also, all right. Thank you for the super chat. It's probably going to be a delayed alert, but thank you. I appreciate it. Um, what? Huh? Trying to think. I think stylistically, something. Stylistically, I'm gonna give it an 8. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna give it an 8. Oh, what did I just do? 8 stylistically and an 8.5 creatively. So I think it's a pretty creative layout. There's some cool stuff going on. Does a good job with the style, and the song is, the song. And I think that will do it. So give me 1 second and I'll show you something. Paste the values only. Give me 1 second and then I will. I will show you what I'm doing in a second. Sorry. Why? How do I do? Where is it? Listen, I'm too used to using. Oh, it's right there. Store. Where is store? Where is it? Filter. Okay, hold on 1 second, everyone. I will show in a second the scores that I gave everyone this stream, I should say. So, well, particularly the top ones. Well, actually, I'll just do. So this stream, that is how I scored things this stream. This is out of 25 points. And it's obviously like only like 40% of entries. There's still a lot to go. And there's also the other 50% of this score. So right now, obviously we have this tie for first. We have this tie for third. And then this whole chain for, fifth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically, if it were just solely these entries, no, non-Newgrounds does not do anything. There are 57 entries. This is 50% of your score. If I reviewed it today, I will review. Thank you, Shmo. I don't even know what that. Oh, it just means that you had your message. Yeah, you placed over one of it. It looks like. But yeah, basically there are still, like 30 more entries. I did, yeah. That I have to do, and that is just half of the score. So, if you have any questions about this, I will. I'll answer questions in my Discord server shortly after. But yeah. Okay, I guess people are just able to do that now. But there's still a long list of entries to go. So it just because you have a top score right now does not mean it'll stay that way. And this is only half of your score, as I've mentioned. So now the moment people have been waiting for. No way Drake got it. That's insane. Um, I will give 5 more out tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream, which will be around the same time. It is completely random. Um, so if you got lucky, um, come on into my server and you can see all the gameplay for Atomic Cannon Prime, or a lot of it at least. If you didn't get lucky, sorry, I'll have a chance tomorrow. And I hopefully uh, hopefully you get lucky, I guess. If not, not that expensive. And I think it's worth it. I try to make it as worth it. And if you have any suggestions on what I should do with it moving forward, just let me know. Yeah, so this is going to be the end of the stream for today. Um, so I will be back tomorrow judging more entries. I really thank you all for yeah, you have to turn on GIF, I think, is something. So that might be important. Um, but yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. It means a lot. And I hope I can do more of this in the future.